need cookies. Yeah. August reads, ladies and gentlemen. August reads and buys. Okay, so I usually don't buy books because I don't have money. I got these books from the library. They were like, you know, ones that they throw away. So these books were all 25 cents and I was like, of course. This tiny version of New Moon. I don't own any of the others. Then I have If I Stay by Gail Forman. I haven't read this. I read her other series, but I want to read this. The Fifth Wave and The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey. I really have to get on this because I want to read another dystopian soon, and these will be perfect because I've heard they're really good. I mean, there was a movie, so. The next part of this video is my reads. Last summer I read so many books, and this summer I've been so busy because it's senior year now and, you know, traveling and things, and I'm really proud of what I did, and I'm proud of all of you for being yourself and believing in yourself. Inspiration. Gotta eat these while they're hot. Okay, so first book I read was Last Night I Sang to the Monsters by Benjamin Sayans. I gave it 4 stars out of 5. Okay, so this book is about a boy who is an alcoholic. So he goes to rehab. We get to slowly figure out why he's there. It's really, really emotional. It's really quick read, but it's so heavy. And Benjamin is so good at writing. He's so good. Love it. The next book I read was Wonders of the Invisible World by Christopher Barzak. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. This book is LGBTQIA+, but it's not the main part of the story. Most of it is real life fantasy, which is really interesting, and if you really like that, this is a good book. It's not like, this is a fantasy, I'm gonna slap you with the face. It's not like that. It's very subtle and simple, but complex at the same time, and the writing is actually really good. I believe I docked it stars just because it doesn't specifically interest me, like it wasn't my thing. The next book I read was Meant to Be by Lauren Morrill, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Such a good book. I loved it. It was short, light and fluffy. Usually I don't pick up smaller books. Like I don't pick up, or if I stay, like I don't pick up small books just because I want to feel accomplished in life. You know, it's surprising how much I pick books based on how they feel in my hand, especially library books, because if they're like sticky or something, then like I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. Anyways, this book is very short. It's a love story. A girl who is going on like her senior trip to Paris, and she has everything planned out, and she's very meticulous about how everything works out. She wants to, you know, go to a good college. But her plans are foiled when she gets partnered up with this jock, hooligan, I guess. I can't think of the right word. I loved it. It was so cute. Like if you just want this really sweet, cute book, this is your book. Next, I read The Summer I Found You by Jolene Perry, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This is the author who wrote my speech. Her other book is Stronger Than You Know, and I did that for speech, and I got 5th at state. Woo! Holler. I didn't think it was as good as the other one. A simple love story, but obviously I'm gonna leave links to all these books below. Calm down! There's no point. Yeah, Nina, it's okay. The next book I read was Boy Toy by Barry Liga? Right. And I gave it 3 stars. This book I've been wanting to read for quite some time. It was one of those books that I was like just like going through the back parts of Goodreads trying to find some really good books, and this was one of them. I read it in 3 days, so it didn't take me that long, even though it was pretty thick. It was almost 500 pages. I was like, okay. But I liked it. It is about a boy who was molested as a child. Very heavy topic. Triggers everywhere. Barry's writing style was very, very good. I gave it 3 stars because I got a little bored at some parts just because it kind of dragged out. Going back in time to tell the story was really intriguing, but then coming back sometimes was a little like, Okay, so this is probably my favorite book of the month. It is The Great American Whatever by Tim Federle, and I listened to the audiobook of this and I read it in like 2 days. It didn't take that long because it's only like 6 hours. And I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was absolutely amazing. Tim Federle, I literally love you. I actually emailed him and was like, hey, I love your book and I just want to tell you that you're amazing and you deserve all the happiness in the world. He replied to me in like a day. He was so kind and sweet and loving, and I love you, Tim Federle. I love all the authors. That's my favorite part about the booktube community and just books in general. The authors care about what we think as reviewers. They want our feedback. They want us to be a part of their writing process, and that's just so beautiful. I tweet at authors all the time, like Jennifer Niven and Becky Albatali and Sarah Rush and Allie Dean and now Tim Federle, and like they all respond and they all care about what I have to say as a reviewer, and that's the most important thing to me. Like, this connection with the authors is so amazing. They're so beautiful and kind and loving, and I love you. I love you. So this book is an LGBTQIA book, and I actually did not put it into my video because I read it afterwards. My LGBTQIA top 15 books. I read a lot of LGBTQIA books, just like so many. So go check it out if you're interested. Our main character's sister just died and he's coping with that, and he likes to write screenplays, and so when Tim Federle narrated it, he actually like changed his voice when it turned to screenplay, and I loved it. He was like, and then Quinn is standing in the room, and I was like, that is how you read a book. That is how you narrate a freaking book. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Anyways, it's really good. We kind of see him coming of age story. We see him find himself and become okay with his sister's death. And that's not a spoiler. It's literally on the first page. The next book I read was Gone, Gone, Gone by Hannah Moskowitz, and this book is another LGBTQIA book. It's set after 9/11, like the next few years, and it's two boys who kind of fall in love, and they're both very scared because they're in the DC area and there's lots of sniper shootings happening, and they're scared to go outside. It was interesting learning about it more because you watch the documentaries, you learn about it in history class, you hear stories from so many people about it, but being able to jump into somebody's head and kind of feel what they're feeling is insane because you can't go back in time. I wish. You can read about it, and it was very interesting, and if you want more of a young adult view of what happened, then this is your book. And finally, the last book I read in August was The Queen of Bright and Shiny Things by Anne Aguirre? Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. The main character has a lot of backstory that we don't really find out until the end, but her upfront self is very bright and shiny. She writes on post-it notes nice messages to her classmates, and she kind of just brightens up the school. And she falls in love, and it's amazing and sweet, but there's also some deep parts because obviously she has that past and you really want to learn about it. I thought it was amazing. I definitely relate to our main character because I love being bright and shiny and happy for people, but you know, I have this backstory to me. I have, you know, this darker side of me, but what's important is not allowing that shadow self to kind of take over, and that's what she's fighting against the entire book, trying to stay bright and shiny. So yes, that's all the books I read. Why did this video go so long? All right, because I was like talking the whole time. So yeah, books. Oh, if you have any recommendations for books I should buy for my birthday, I'm turning 18, September 9th. Woo! Then comment below. And I'm gonna buy them because I just got paid and I need books now. Okay. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! And oh yeah, that was really good.